So since it actually appeared on the market, guys, the Nike Air Vapormax was an interesting pair of shoes, but in the last couple of years they didn't change as much as we would like to. But I need to admit that today's pair will have a different upper, which most definitely makes it, I would say, a bit more likable. Guys, and welcome back for a brand new review. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you're gonna press the like button and maybe also subscribe to the channel. You can also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok to see exactly what I'm gonna review in the next few days. In today's video, guys, we're gonna have a look at a pair of Vapormax, which will not be the usual release. So let's go ahead and take them out of the box, which as you can see will come in a slightly different box than usual. This one will have a lot of very small glossy Nike swooshes on top of this very simple cardboard box. So let's go ahead and take them out. So in today's video, guys, we're gonna have a look at a slightly different release for the Nike Vapormax in this mock Rome. So during the last few years, guys, the Nike Vapormax range didn't got so many updates. It just seemed that the updates were actually quite minimal, and I guess the love for this range slightly went down. But earlier this year we actually got the release for this Vapormax 23, which most definitely I feel that it's the best release, at least in the last 3 or 4 years, where we actually got a proper update for this upper. But now at the start of fall, guys, I actually managed to get a pair of Vapormax which is slightly different, and I'm talking about this mock Rome, which as you can see will have a totally different upper. This one doesn't have any lacing system or big branding, and I would say that the design is actually quite minimal, and in my opinion I find it quite interesting. So this one, it's available only on End Clothing for the little price of £200. So this mock was actually present for most of these Vapormax releases in the last 5 or 6 years, and most definitely was one of the most interesting releases for this Vapormax range, where at some point the resale price on the secondary market was actually quite big, and even now, as you can see on StockX, the old ones are selling for a lot of money. So let's go ahead and also do a breakdown of this one, guys. So as you can see, for this upper we're gonna have a totally different material and design, at least comparing with a normal pair of Vapormax. So for this one we're gonna have this one-piece construction, which will be a slip-on. So for this upper, as you can see, we're gonna have this gray and a very faded green material, which in my opinion it feels like a nylon one. So most definitely I like the design for this one a lot, and as you can see here, as a mudguard we're gonna have this rubberized material in this gray color, which will have a few overlays on top of each other. As you can see here on the lateral side at the front of the turbo section, we're also gonna have a very small and almost unnoticeable Vapormax lettering. And the only branding for this one, which is actually quite visible, will be here on the lateral side of the heel section, where we're gonna have this black swoosh. So going now inside of the shoe, guys, for this one we're gonna have an inner construction, which will be a very flexible one. So for sure I find that the entry in this shoe, it's actually quite easy. So for this one we're gonna have this small pull tab here at the front and also one at the back of the heel section. Of course, going now inside of the shoe, you can see that at the back of the heel section we're also gonna have these two pads with padding, and also at the bottom we're gonna have this recycled foam insole, which will also have a lot of perforation holes, and this one will also have stitched here at the heel section this black tab with a lot of Nike swooshes. Going towards the midsole, guys, you can see that for this one we're gonna have this new type of heel contour support, which is actually present for the full length of this shoe, which I guess will keep your foot better in place. And just underneath it we're gonna have this air bubble, which will be a one-piece construction, which, as you can see here at the front, will be actually painted, while here the heel section will be totally visible and it will be in this yellowish color, while at the front we're gonna have this very faded green color. So I would say that this design is actually quite interesting, but from what I saw, this one is actually painted, so I guess if you're gonna start scuffing these ones, the paint will start to fade. So for the actual rubber outsole, we're just gonna have these pads here at the heel section and a few of them on the lateral sides here at the front, which was actually present for the last 3 years if I'm not mistaken. In my opinion, this one feels a bit more softer than the release from back in 2021, so most definitely I would say that this one will provide a better comfort overall. As in for the actual sizing, guys, for me, as I have a skinny fit, for this one I went with my true to size, and this one fits me just fine, and I would say that it's gonna be the same for people with normal feet. But just in case you have wide feet, guys, I would suggest you to go with at least a half size up, just to make sure that this one is not gonna be too tight for you. So overall, guys, this latest release for this Nike Air Vapormax in this mock Rome version, in my opinion, it's actually looking quite good, and I would say that the materials are, I would say, decent enough. But you just need to keep in mind that this one will come at a higher price, which is also the case for the normal Vapormax as well. But I would assume that at some point these ones will go on sale, so for sure you can manage to get at least 20 or 30% off the retail price. But I would say that this one looks actually quite good, has decent materials, and I would say that the level of comfort it's not too bad either. But of course, if you are not a big fan of the Vapormax range, guys, I wouldn't say that this one will change your mind. This one will sit on the same air sole unit which we've been getting in the last 2 or 3 years, but at least we're gonna have a new upper, which at least for me personally, I really like it. So yeah, guys, this was my unboxing and reviewing of this one of these latest releases coming from Nike for this Vapormax, which for today we had it in this mock Rome version. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. You can also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok to see exactly what I'm gonna review in the next few days. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.